Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall with Simpler Trading, doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, December the 15th, and today is Fed Day. We had Fed meeting today, and as you can see, that's when the Fed announcement came. They're going to continue the bond buying, etc. There was not much going on, and then this is when the press conference happened, and we got more of the same, more upside. The Fed's got your back and all that stuff. We're going to continue helping the economy until things get back to normal, that kind of thing. So basically, higher. Now we did give a little bit back here, and that's kind of what I want to look at today and see kind of where we are and where we might be going. So we'll stay here on the SPX and continue to look, and let's go back out. I like to start on small, like it's a one-day chart, smaller time frames, and work my way back out. So if you look at this, we have had a pretty amazing move in the last couple days. This is Friday. That's last Friday. We were at 36.33. I mean, we are we're rock and rolling up here. 80 points higher in 3 days. We gapped straight up into the snow line here on Monday. Gave it all back. Almost came back down to this level, and then we've been working our way back up higher. And again, here's the Fed that I just showed you. So we would assume that this is going to keep going, but let's go out on a little bit longer time frames and and continue to look at this and see what it looks like. So this, as you can see, this is a 10-day chart. Here is the all-time high at 37.12, and we're at 37.10 today before that little flush at the end, and that doesn't bother me much. And let's continue this, and I'll show you go all the way out to a 1-year time frame. And of course, this was when coronavirus started. This is where we sold off to. I mean, it's hard to believe that we sold off this much. I mean, this was pretty massive. I mean, this was awesome for trading. We made money all the way down and made money all the way back up. It's been great, but this was a pretty major sell-off in hindsight, right? Again, this is a 1-year chart, and then we ripped back up. Snow line here, hit that, failed, came back up to it, failed, chopped all around it, and then we went to the next snow line up here. So we're at 37.12 roughly. And if I scroll these down a little bit, these are voodoo lines, if you're not familiar with that. And so we can tell if we take this out, which looks like we did today, we closed above it. Sometimes they're not exact, sometimes they are. That's exact. Sometimes they chop around here. This does kind of open the door for higher prices, which would get us up. This is SPX, which would get us up about 3,900, which is amazing, right? And I talked about this last week in the weekly video last week, and I said, well, one of two things can happen. We're going to come back down, retest this before a bounce higher, or we're just going to keep on going. And we didn't even pull back. We pulled back slightly, and it looks like we're still going. Now we are extended, of course. The biggest question is, when do we get here, and I guess first, do we get here, and if so, when? And it's so hard to tell. The Santa rally, etc., does tend to drive us, higher and so forth. But I don't know if we get there in time. We've got 2 weeks left for this thing to rally, another 100 points, more than that, 100, 200 points up here, and possibly go higher. So I continue to kind of think the same thing. We're in a very questionable place right here. This chopping action is not so bullish. But we could pull back down here to our tree line here, or maybe the snow line here, before bouncing higher. we'll know probably in the next couple of days if we're going to go higher quickly, or we're going to take our time and maybe chop and do some range bound stuff, kind of like we've been doing, through this. Maybe we do another series of these and kind of walk our way up that way. Either way, it looks like stimulus is on the way. Maybe even in the short term, that can propel us higher. News of COVID, vaccine or reduction in number of cases and so forth can send us higher. A lot of things can send us higher. The thing that can send us lower is, of course, bad news, but more than that, the technicals, the charts just look a little extended in my opinion. I'm not near as bullish up here as I was all the way up, this thing. So again, the question is, do we get there by the end of the year or not? And if we don't, we go into first quarter, end of January, going into the large cap, big market moving names, Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, Google, all that kind of stuff, Apple. So I will continue to be a dip buyer, and the bigger the dip, the more I'm willing to buy, going into first quarter. And again, I'm playing this pretty light and nimble on the positions that I have, and I'm being very selective and very tight stops and that kind of thing. And it's working great. But this pattern is starting to fizzle out on the technical side to me, and that's, my technical term is fizzle out. But we could just keep going. This is a very strange market here. And on the other side, I actually, without any kind of news, I don't really see a catalyst for, something major to happen without something, virus related, politically related, stimulus. We walk away from the table. There's no deal. That kind of stuff. I don't really see that happening. But my first, if that happened, would be probably to triple tap this level down here, and that's a pretty good move. But I'm not really expecting that. So we take it day by day with this market we've got, and remember, next week is a short week. Friday's a holiday. Thursday's a half day, so we got a really short week. Probably be good to sell some premium into Thursday, Friday, to get that theta decay over the next week or two. The following week is also a short week. New Year's Day is on Friday, so just be aware of that in your positioning of your trades. So that is what I've got for you. Hope this makes sense. Hope it helps. And join us in the rooms if you want more detail, more information, and we'll be glad to help. So thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.